friends.
Hi.
Hello.
I've got Margaret and Jen today. We've been gone for, since I've been gone. We haven't recorded in a while. This is going to be
down here in Gatorland.
I know. I've been down in Gatorland, and we haven't recorded, so we've got a lot of catch up to do. The ridiculous news stories. I've got so much crazy stuff has happened. We are going to have to get some updates from Margaret about her neighbor drama, right? Yeah. And I don't know, Jen will have to give us some updates with Canada, which I'm going to be going to Canada next weekend.
What?
No, I'm going Saturday.
Like in 3 days?
Yeah, you guys want to talk about my trip?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about what I'm doing this weekend, okay? So this weekend I'm going to Niagara Falls Casino on the Canadian side there. And I'm going to see the Goomba show at Yuck Yucks. And it's the guy that used to be Pussy on The Sopranos.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's bringing 2 other Goombas.
Oh, so fun.
So it's going to feel like I'm with my family.
I was going to say, isn't that just Sunday dinner?
Yeah. So we're going to that comedy show. We're staying overnight. I think it's called Falls View, Jen.
Yep.
Yeah, and then...
it's beautiful. We saw Blue Man Group there.
Oh, yeah, okay. So that's what I'm doing, because Danielle hasn't had a little vacation. I've been gone, so this is hers, and she can gamble. Oh, and guess what our package deal is? We have tickets to see the Goomba show and dinner at Ruth Chris. A package deal.
That's nice. Is that Groupon?
No, it's part of Yuck Yucks, I guess. They offer this deal. So,
Groupon, if you ever want to go back, Groupon does ridiculous Niagara Falls deals.
Oh, really?
Like $100 for the weekend for your hotel and all your meals.
Okay. Well, yeah, we're staying free because of our points, our Hilton points. So we're staying for free.
Oh, God.
So, yeah, so that's it. Danielle's going to gamble, and I'm going to get to see the Goombas. Yeah, I've been there before, so.
The next side of the falls.
Yeah. I know I wanted to go to Toronto to see...
No, I thought you were coming in the summer for that.
Yeah, what's the play I want to see there? Oh, Dear Evan Hansen is going to be there. It's a Broadway.
Yeah, I remember we Googled it before.
Yeah, it's a Broadway show.
Well, let me know if you get tickets.
Yeah. Yeah, so, I do want to see that. Have you guys seen Hamilton yet?
I have not. I'm not much for musicals.
Yeah, I gotta say, Margaret, me either. I'm not,
Like, they all just feel cheesy to me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love them.
I know. I mean, Danielle does too.
A lot of people do.
Danielle loves them all, just like you do, Jen. I am interested in Dear Evan Hansen because I don't know how I ended up listening to the soundtrack, but the music is not real, like, musically, Margaret. It's more like songs. You know what I mean? It's not like they're singing the words, So I enjoyed that, and I heard it was good. And then Hamilton, of course, I don't even know why I care. I don't like history, and I'm not a big fan of musicals. So it sounds like I'm going to not enjoy it. But it's coming here for 3 weeks. So we had season tickets, and I made a big mistake, and I booked a show on the night of our Hamilton tickets. So Danielle is going to Hamilton with her niece and nephew and her sister. She had to go buy like 2 more tickets.
Well, I was going to say, if you don't really care anyway, as long as Dan could still go.
Yeah, so Tracy was like, I really want to go see it anyway. So now me and Tracy ended up getting tickets. So I don't know. We're into like $2,000 into Hamilton at this point. So this better be really good. So I was just curious if you guys had seen it.
No,
is it like the actual Broadway one?
Nah, it is, but it's not the Stars. It's off Broadway, but it's going to be the same type, probably just not at the scale, with the Right.
You know what I did see recently, though, that's a musical, and I was not sure I was going to like it?
What?
It was 1776. It was actually very funny.
Really? I've never heard of that.
Yeah, it came out a long time ago.
Like in 1776?
Yeah.
No,
And it was really funny. So
really?
If you ever see that anywhere, go see it.
All right.
Has anybody seen Wicked?
Oh, of course.
I did. I saw that in London, actually.
Crazy funny.
And Wicked was good. Wicked was good. I really enjoyed it because, again, you guys, the music was like music. I don't know. I did enjoy Wicked, I have to say.
I liked it more than other musicals, but I do remember, as with most Broadway shows that I go to, about halfway through, I'm kind of like, all right, that's enough.
Yeah, right?
That's enough of the theater kids. I'm over it.
Can I tell you the two that I had to just sit through? Chicago. We actually got up and left at halftime.
So my friend took me to see Chicago last year, and if I hadn't been with her, I probably would have left too. I was bored to tears.
Oh my gosh! And we had to go to Fiddler on the Roof.
No.
Yeah, Jen, do you like any of these?
I've never seen Chicago. Like, I've seen the movie, and it's phenomenal. The soundtrack is so good.
It's so bad.
Phantom I was kind of so about. Wicked was crazy funny. Dirty Dancing was super cheesy, but so much fun.
Okay, what about Rent?
Oh, I can't with Rent.
I don't even know what it's about.
Okay, that was one of the big ones. So, yeah. But Jen has a lot more options in Toronto than, I think, Margaret, we just get, like, the smaller ones. Toronto, New York, Chicago, they get, they have a lot of the bigger ones.
I saw Cats in the 90s.
Yeah.
I also saw Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Yeah, those are all horrible.
I've got a good story about that one.
Tell us.
What?
My grandmother, my Oma, is very, very Catholic, like church every single day.
Uh-huh.
And she had flown down to the States to visit my aunt and my mom. So, like, her daughter-in-law picked her up at the airport, and she was blasting that soundtrack in the van on the way down. Forgot to turn the volume down, so as my poor little Oma gets in the van, it just, Jesus Christ. She's like, I think the lady had a heart attack when she got in the car.
I love how you have an Oma. I had an Oma and an Opa, too.
Yeah.
Yep. So, all right. So we've covered our love and hatred for Broadway musicals. I just, I'm with you, Margaret, not loving it. While I was in Florida, I did do a couple stand-up, like, open mics, and I did a little college show, and so the stand-up was pretty good there. I did not see too many of those lizards. Margaret, where do you think they went?
Well, wasn't it a little chilly while you were here?
No, it was good up in the 80s. Normally there's way more, and there was not a lot. Do you think they trapped them and killed them? Because it was overrun. I think they would like to trap and kill all of them, but I think it'd be impossible. No, right, but do you think they could have, lowered the population just in that complex?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe they put a little sign up.
I know it was warm when you were there, but we have had some pretty good cold snaps this year.
Yeah.
And they die when it gets cold. Like, they'll just fall out of trees dead, like frozen.
Yeah.
And because they're cold-blooded lizards. Anyway, so maybe a bunch of them died off during the cold snaps this year. I don't know.
It was bizarre. Yeah, it was bizarre.
You know what, Cindy? I know where they went. They all left, and they're going to Rochester.
Yeah.
Because they love you.
Yeah. So you don't have as many as South Florida, right?
We don't have any of the big lizards. The iguanas. And
yeah, because it's too cold. Yeah.
It's too cold up here. We have all the little geckos.
Right.
You call them just the little brown lizards.
Yeah.
Everywhere here.
Right.
But
you don't have the iguanas.
the population being small, just in like maybe that condo community, the whole area around my house, there are very few little lizards now because my cats have actually eaten all of them.
Oh, so, and you don't have alligators to worry about, right?
Oh, we have alligators. Alligators go up all the way to South Carolina, I think.
Okay, so aren't you afraid they're going to eat your cat, or you're not near any water?
We do have a canal, like, behind my house, but it's really not actually an issue.
Okay. I mean, I know it is with some places. A friend of mine that lives in Florida, I was visiting her. They just bought a house, and they had like a body of water behind, and they said they could see the alligators, and they were like, well, nobody here just has cats that go outside, or you don't let your little dog. You just don't let.
The thing is, even if you let them out, it's only once in a while, and these are usually the ones that end up in the news, you will get like a nuisance alligator that does kind of like, he doesn't want to stay in his lane.
Oh.
Just the wild animals and the fish, he will like start coming up to like people's yards and stuff, and then you call animal control or whatever and they deal with it. But for the most part, the gators kind of keep to themselves. Like, just because you see one, like, I see them all the time and I just keep walking right past them. Like, they're not really that interested.
Okay, so they wouldn't eat your cat. They could, but it's not as...
Here's what you don't want to do. Here's where you will get in trouble with gators. Don't go anywhere near the edge of any water. Retention ponds, drainage canals, lakes, any fresh water that's more than, like, a rain puddle, just don't go near it. Because if you're splashing around in the edge of it, or even just kind of walking right on the edge, and there's a gator in there, you're going to get snapped. Just give them their space, and everybody will go home alive.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember my grandpa, he owned a golf course in Naples, like South Florida. And we were visiting him one summer, and this old lady that lived in one of the condos on the golf course called in because the gator was coming up onto her condo patio and like snapping at her sliding glass door and her little poodle inside, and she was freaking out.
God.
So I got in the golf cart with my grandpa and we drove over there, and he just shot the gator.
Jen, is there?
I don't even know what to say.
Jen, there's Hicks in Florida. Jen, look at him.
Drove over and shot the gator.
That's right. They don't play around.
I have some very real redneck blood in me. Father and great-grandfather, you can Google it, and the article for the Naples newspaper will come up. They invented the first monster truck.
Are you serious?
Yeah, so they're called, that whole, like, the whole idea of putting giant tires
on your truck, yep.
They came up with that because we still have the land out in the Everglades. They had a big ranch out there, and it's really swampy, and it's really hard to get around in because a lot of the water isn't deep enough for a boat, but it's too mucky for regular car tires. You'll get stuck. Mm-hmm. So they had this idea to put tractor tires on a truck.
Yeah.
And they called it a swamp buggy.
Swamp buggy.
Used it. And so there's the newspaper article, like, look what these guys figured out how to do. And then now you're welcome for Monster Jam.
Wow. Swamp.
How did your lily-wearing, Gucci-wearing ass?
That's the thing. You don't have to scratch the surface too deep to find the white trash. It's just simmering below the surface.
Oh, geez, I know.
The Swamp Buggy family history.
Yeah.
How many gas station hot dogs I eat every week.
Yeah.
Don't be fools.
Yeah. Don't let
just a pretty package on the outside.
Don't let those Louis Vuitton bags fool you.
Yep.
They're full of gas station mustard packets.
Yep. I mean, I embrace my white trash families.
Yep.
It's all right.
Whatever the swamp equivalent is of a hillbilly.
So that is too funny, though. So that was how the swamp buggies came. So
very, very pure. Like, came over, like, one of the first boats.